What's up, guys? It's Charles here with Rocket Punch Army to do a review, not of this little guy, but it is of this character. This I did want to show you because not only is it the same character I'll be reviewing in just a moment, but I never got to show you the rocket firing titty missiles on this guy. I usually show you the titty missiles on the other figures because they're already off the sprue, and guess what I did? I knocked it off the sprue here. It's a first for me, but the figure looked kind of weird without having those white boobies on there, so I had to put them on, of course, so I can be able to show you guys the firing feature. So this is like a small thing before I go ahead and continue the review, but in the review of this guy I never showed you the firing titties, but this time I will. So let's check it out. There goes one. Pretty powerful for such a small, teeny, lightweight missile. Right? There you go. So now we can continue the review. This is what we're actually reviewing. We're reviewing the Dynamite Action Super Robot Mach Baron. This is product number 5. I guess it's the 5th release for Evolution Toys Dynamite Action line, which consists, if you can see right here, of magnetic ball joints. So far the figures have been pretty cool, although no die cast or anything like that, but it doesn't make them any less cool. Although die-cast would have been awesome, but it does sort of have, you know, metal because it's got die-cast joint balls. All right, so it's got all these little gimmicks that you would find in the show. It's got the removable belt, rocket punch, and then it has this little weapon thing. I forgot what this does. I have a dollar store DVD somewhere. I haven't watched it in a while, but it's got the little cars that dock right into the foot. Alright, and the titty action here, but it does not fire titties, unfortunately. So, I don't know. Let's continue on. This is the box small, blah, blah, blah. Alright, enough of the box. We're going to take the tray out and check out what's inside. Once we get inside, we got the instruction booklet here, which is black and white. It just shows all the little different pieces that do come off. And I'm assuming the extending hip action. We'll check that out in a sec. I wasn't actually aware of that. I didn't really mess around with these instructions when I first took it out. And yeah, so that's that. And here's the tray. Obviously the figure is not there. I do have them in my display case. Gonna grab them in a second. Got the alternate head. You got the chest covers here. You also have all these little bits on the sprues. I believe those are the screw hole covers. And then the two little vehicles here. So let's grab the robot. And here's Mach Baron in all his plasticky magnetic goodness. He's just slightly taller than a standard regular like GX45 type Solar Chogokin for those of you that collect super robots. The Mazinger Z, slightly taller. I don't have one here at the moment, but everybody has some type of deluxe transformer, so that's what he scales up to a deluxe transformer. Okay, now oh, I might as well show you the little tiny Gokin version. That's how he scales to that. Let you peep that a second there. Alright, now the first thing you guys, if you hold this in your hand, would complain about is the flimsiness and the weirdness of how these magnetic ball joints work. But you know, when you have a few minutes with it, it's not too bad. It does take a little getting used to if you're just used to clicking ratchets and everything staying where you want it to be, but it's not actually that bad. It's just something you have to really handle to understand what I'm talking about. Now, we'll go over articulation since we're taking a look at the figure here. The articulation, like I said, all the joints are on magnets, as you can see right there. You'll see the way that's shaped there. Right? It's a ball joint that just moves around right on that spot, and because it has round metal ball joints, you can really just do whatever you want with it. It's really the limitations of the armor here. As you'll see, this extends. It's sort of like a double joint right there. See how that is? But it is a pretty ugly elbow, but it does allow the double joint feature there. And I think something goes on with this. I think these pieces rotate. They're kind of hard to rotate right now. Oh, there we go. Pop that out. You got the upper chest here movement. You got the hip movement. You have the hips here. All right. and you have the knees. All right, the knees do allow for a double jointed articulation here. It's a little weird. Actually, it just fell completely apart. Not really digging the design of this. Those teeth, the ratchets, they're just going to chew each other off after a couple of ratchets, but this way you'll get the idea. This one's really tight. You can hear that. You can already see the teeth are kind of wearing, unless that's just a mold, what do you call it, defect there, but yeah, that's how it is. And then we'll just put the legs together. You'll see how easily they snap on, and then you got the ankles here, right, and they pop on very easily. And then you have the little doors that open down here to dock the little car. So that's how the articulation is on this figure. I do believe there's something going on with the hands here. Yeah, this comes down to reveal what I believe are blasters inside the hand. And the chest here, where the missiles would fire like on the little one, all there is for that are little covers, which I will put on right now. And they're not snug fit into the tray, so they got a piece of tape over them. The tape left a bit of residue, which just rubs right off. But if you have the metallic version, I think some people, when they go to peel the tape off, some of the tape or some of the paint was coming off in the tape, if I'm not mistaken. Since this is not the metallic version, this is not painted, it's just red plastic. So we'll go ahead and attach that easily enough. Just pegs right in, just like that, to cover the chest. And you'll see if we turn him around back, he's got quite a few screw holes. Well, maybe not too many. There's 5 that I can see, and he's got the plugs here, and they're on weird trees here, like really thick sprues, which is kind of strange. So those are there if you want to put them on. Now, while we're here in the back of the robot, you'll see it's got a little hatch back here. All right, this is where the you can dock this little winged version of the car here, and it's a little PVC car. It's a winged version of this. I'll show you guys that right here. All right, it's a little Datsun Z looking vehicle. All right, so this one has a wing on the top here of the car, and that would dock right here like that, and you can go ahead and close the hatch. Now, if you're using the what do you call it, the other one, you can actually dock it here. There's actually 2 docking areas for this figure. I'm sorry to keep stopping the video, but it is a little bit fiddly to do on camera. But you basically would open this piece up and then pull out this little ramp to create the look of the car driving in, like so. And you can also just go ahead and store the car in there if you want. Alright, so that would be right here on its foot. And you also have this docking bay here also, should you choose to want to use it. Now, as I'm taking a look at the figure, not only back here where I showed you the ratchets that were a little tough, it looked like a molding defect. It almost looks like fumes from Crazy Glue. I don't know if they're using Crazy Glue or some kind of Crazy Glue type of adhesive to put this figure together, but there's a slob of it right here, that little white mark. It's just a little mountain built right there, which probably prohibits this from pulling out all the way. So little things like that kind of bother me, but I think the company's new at building robots. Not so new, this is like their 5th one, but who knows? I don't know too much about the background of this company, since this is the only figure. Actually, no, I have a Jeeg, which I did for Collection DX, but this one does have a little bit of Crazy Glue issues here and there, but overall, very nice figure. And I did happen to show you this here with the fist coming down. There's also like a little door flap or something that folds down, and it is kind of seized here. I can't, there we go. This comes out. Hopefully I can fold it out. There you go. Alright, so you got that little action going on there. And is there anything, oh yes, cannot forget to show you the alternate head. The alternate head is right here. Alright, so that's the alternate head, and there is, let's see how this is supposed to be done. You'll see the mouth is closed. That's the standard mouth, but there is a way to flip, there we go, something like this. Gotta turn this, there you go. So you turn this and you can try out the different faces. See that? And just keep going until you find the one you want. There's another. And this one right here. And it's a pretty neat little gimmick. I like the way they did that, instead of having things that pop out on the face and, you know, little things you can lose. Although this has to be popped off. You might lose that, so be careful. And I'm trying to get this red, oh, that's what happened. It popped off the peg. There we go. And I want to use the red one. Alright, it's popping off the peg again. Yeah, so you'll see it's pegged on there, but it looks like the pin is coming out on one side, so it's making it a little hard to line up. Alright, so there we go, and I can just pop this back on. I will leave it with the regular head for myself. And I think that just about brings us to the end, guys. What's my take on this figure? I'm not really feeling it, to be honest. I kind of liked it more when I had it just on display and I didn't mess with it. Now that I'm messing with it, not really digging it. I'm not a big fan of the whole magnet thing. That's more of like, see, that's more of like a kiddie toy type thing. I'm sure kids would love it, except kids are not going to buy this. This thing is like $100, 80 to $100, something like that. So it's very expensive for what it is, but it looks great. I love Mach Baron, so I had to get it to go along with this little guy, and I have an even smaller one in display. But anyway, if you have any questions or comments, guys, please leave them below. Until next time, bye bye.